All right, my bad, y'all. I need to fix my audio real quick. Give me just a second. We'll get that done. All right, we got good audio. Let me check on it and see if we're good. It should be okay at this point, but I will not know until I check it. All right, ain't no place like low place, and I'm live. You guys got my title, multiple reasons why boxing doesn't want another Andre Ward. When you come into the building, I ask that you hit the subscribe button. Also, hit the bell icon to get notifications the next time we go live. And yeah, hit the thumbs up button, comment in the chat if you like, and I greatly appreciate it. Appreciate the support. But as I sit here and make my facial soap, you know what I'm saying, my face wash and everything. Um, we're gonna talk a little bit about this character named Andre Ward. A facade, in my opinion. I don't even know if his career is worthy of being called that. I don't want to throw no jabs. I just want to speak facts and then put opinions behind it. I normally try not to be opinionated and let the boxing and the career of people speak for themselves. But when you leave as many holes in your career as Andre Ward did, and I believe be as bad for boxing as he was, then people are going to start to give their disposition on you. And yeah, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. So, I'm gonna start it out like this. You know, it, a lot of people give him credit for being the guy that was inexperienced in the Super Six. Okay, I can't deny that he was probably the least experienced guy of the bunch. But in that Super Six tournament, his first big step up fight was Mikhail Kessler, right? They say, well, Miguel Kessler is scheduled to win the tournament. You know, Miguel Kessler, you can rake him how you want him. If you think he's great, then so be it. He's not a bad fighter. But my issue with Andre Ward is an issue that we're going to continue to see throughout the career as we go through it. He gets into this fight, and I think he's fighting for the WBA title at this point. Let me make a little check real quick. But I believe it's the WBA title. He would go on to unify the WBA and the WBC. We'll get to all of the issues I got, but yes, WBA super title with Miguel Kessler. Okay, that's his first fight of the Super Six tournament, as I recall it. Miguel Kessler has lost once, and that is to damn, I can't think of his name. Kawasaki, Joe Kawasaki. He's lost to Kawasaki at this point in a good fight, by the way. So Ward goes in here. He's winning the fight. Typical Andre Ward performance. A little bit of jab, a little bit of grab, a little bit of inside elbow roughness. Okay. It's not the worst cheating in the world, but it's a culmination of what he normally does. All right. Same old shit, different day. But then it turns from to a different day. You know, it was Saturday and it went to Sunday real quick in that mug. This dude ends the fight with a blatant head, but he puts his head down. I'm talking about I've never seen Sean Porter use his head better than this. Only person I've seen be more blatant in their attempts to be dirty is Orlando Salido. Francis Bartholomew low blows on Kirill Relic. You know, that was some blatant stuff, but this right here, this was flat out blatant. He butts the dude, cuts blood all over the place, fight's over. Okay. You say, okay, that's a one-time thing. Let's see if he got better in the tank. That's a one-time thing. Let's see if he got more. All right. He goes on Alan Green, you know, regular performance there, just regular old Alan Green, Saki Obika. We see one of the dirtiest fights of all time. One of the dirtiest fights I've ever seen. One of the most useless fights that I have seen all time. Two of the dirtiest fighters of our era going at it. And I'm just, going along for the ride as an Andre Ward spectator, as a boxing spectator, going along for the ride. All right. Now the Super Six getting big publication though. You know what I mean? It's getting big. It's getting big reviews. It's like the World Boxing Super Series today. Probably bigger. Showtime had this here in the States. You know, they invested in it because they wanted Andre Ward to be a big star. He failed them just like he failed us as boxing fans, but we'll get to that. We'll get to it. Don't worry. Don't worry. Let me just cut up this soap and talk to you all. So, Arthur Abraham, you know, not that good of a fighter. Flat-footed, slow. Andre Ward wins the fight. No, you know, you expect nothing less. Carl Froch fight. He's unifying the WBA with the WBC champion Carl Froch, right? And keep in mind, none of these performances have been spectacular. I don't even recall a knockdown in any other fight. Hell, I don't recall a man getting a knockdown in his step up as a career until he drains Chad Dawson. But we'll get there. We'll get there. We got the Carl Froch fight. Andre Ward is in control of the fight. Carl Froch is not, you know, this ain't the first time you ever seen a person controlling Carl Froch. He's been outboxed on multiple occasions. It's going to happen. But what we know about Froch, he's gritty. You know, he got power in the right hand. He kind of won't stop coming. He ain't, you know, a non-give-up type of fighter. But, you know, that's the best attribute of him, and his long arms. Ward deals with it in his own way. A lot of clinching on the inside, a lot of, you know, grapple and hit. You know, just basic performance. No big shot, but just basic performance. Whatever. You know what I mean? Okay, he's beating Carl Froch, Miguel Kessler, two biggest names. You can really credit the Froch fight, except for the last 2-3 rounds where he just went in there and it just turned into a whole fest on his part. To me, he was slowing down, and maybe he felt that it happened in the Kessler fight too, so he came with that headbutt. I don't know. This time, you know, you don't want to end 2 big fights in a row on headbutt, so he just grapples away. He gets the victory, on with his career, right? He gets called out by Chad Dawson, lineal light heavyweight champion. He's basically done everything that he wanted to do at 168, and I want to make it important that he wants to do, because he didn't want to fight Butte. He didn't want to get the IBF belt. He didn't want no parts of it. Didn't want it. Didn't care for it. No need for it. So he did everything he wanted to do. But Chad Dawson says, all right, fight me for my title. Come and fight me for my title. You got him, Virgil Hunter. Ain't no way we gonna do that. Ain't no way. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. We the champs at 168. Why would we go to 75? You know what I mean? Look, Showtime done gave you easy peasy, bruh. They done gave you easy peasy. Come on now. They done gave you European after European that ain't really stylish in no way. That's what they gave you. Your toughest fight was European boxer that ain't really stylish in any way. Just don't get hit with the big punch and you'll be okay. Now the fans want to step up. All right, now we want to see you versus somebody we think could beat both of them. Chad Dawson. Andre Ward refuses. Andre Ward refuses so hard that Chad Dawson's basically waited out by HBO, not willing to give him no fight because he's already beat basically the who's who of light heavyweight. There's no need for a third Hopkins rematch. So this dude couldn't even get $500,000 to fight Andre Ward. No, he wouldn't get no damn money to fight somebody, nobody at light heavyweight. So Chad Dawson bends down, said, I come to 168. Andre Ward, his fans, all the fanboys in the liar, they completely ignore interviews where this man is literally telling them, I wasn't going up there. I have no need for me. They like to say, Chad called him out. Mikey Garcia called out Earl Spence. Doesn't make it a credible fucking victory. And you're actually lying. Yeah, Chad called him out and said, yo, come up here and fight for my title. But when he learned that Andre Ward wouldn't do it, I go wherever he want to go, because it was news coming out repeatedly that Andre Ward would not go fight him. Chad wanted to fight him. There was a guy that y'all were putting up on the pound-for-pound list, and Chad wasn't having it. Tried to be great, go down to 168. You know how that normally works. Drop weight, drop skill. Drop weight, drop resistance. Chad no different, right? So after that, Andre Ward, year layoff, right? Damn near year layoff from the Froch fight as well. All right, that's the only saving grace of the Dawson fights. Damn near year layoff. This is a guy that at this point, I don't even think he's 30. I don't even think he's 30 at this point. Chad Dawson fight. He's already found himself on nearly 2 different year layoffs. All right. You can say injury this, injury that. I'm like, man, you ain't doing shit enough in the ring. Be fucking injuring yourself. I mean, at least Deontay Wilder, when he hurt his damn hand, doesn't knock somebody clean the fuck out. You know what I mean? When I talk about Deontay Wilder, I could say some shitty things, right? And I have. But one thing I can tell every man in this world, he can knock anybody in this world clean out. He can. I can't tell you. I don't got that there, man. I don't got no admiration for this career except for at a very basic level. Okay, so he refuses lineage at 175. This is the first time he'll do it. He'll do it multiple times within his career, multiple times. All right, and keep in mind, he's also refused to unify 168 all the way. He refused to fight Butte. Okay, he wants credit for Carl Froch's Butte win, and his fans want it as well because he beat Carl Froch. Don't work like that. You beat the guys. You beat them up, and you get that credit. You assume that position. Now, you can play triangle theories, and some people do it to talk a little shit here and there. But we here to see the fights. But anyways, do I think Butte would have beat Ward? Nah, I don't. Do I think because Ward's a better fighter, all out better? Nah, it's just he gonna get away with the things he want to get away with. Smoger in the 11th and 12th round. 10th round with Ward and Fry, he should have been saying something like, bro, you tiring out. You let the man go. He trying to work. You know, I mean, he's gonna fight him in the States. He's gonna get away with what the hell he want to get away with. So, anyways, we go into his 175 career, right? He's taken 2 years out the ring. Listen what he's done. Listen to this shit. Andre Ward kind of got put in the Sugar Ray Leonard position. Not kinda. He flat out did. Sugar Ray Leonard fought for the 175-pound title at 168 pounds. He fought for the 168 and the 175-pound title on the same night at 168 pounds versus opponent he brought down from light heavyweight, 175 pounds. Andre Ward was getting Sugar Ray Leonard benefits. Okay? He was a unified titleist. And this dude was suing a promoter that got him that kind of benefits. This was his loyalty. Sue a promoter that got you them kind of benefits. You know what I mean? Sue a promoter that got you a unified championship that basically set up a Super 6 tournament for you to be a star. And you're mad you're not a star getting overpaid when you should have looked at your performances. Because we can't even get a knockdown out of you until Chad Dawson ain't got an inch of damn water in his fucking body. Inch or an ounce of water ain't in his body, and we can't get a knockdown out you. Look at your performance. Don't go looking at somebody else. We don't want the blame game in boxing. It's a man sport. You go do it. That's how I look at it. So when this dude was brought up earlier today, it just brought up a lot to me. Like, man, come on, man. Y'all really would want to see that kind of career again. And we're not finished. That's the sad thing about it. We're not finished. We're nowhere near finished. We got at least maybe 5 more things. I won't say at least, but maybe 5 more things. Okay, so it comes back at the Chad Dawson, Edwin Rodriguez. Part 2 of one of the dirtiest fights I have ever seen in my life. Part 2. On top of that, you've ended the fight with a complete headbutt and a flat out ball head ramming to your face headbutt. No punch being thrown. He literally looked like he was doing a hit drill in football. Lay on the ground, the whistle blow, get up first, and y'all run head to head and see who tackled the hardest. Okay? So you get in the Edwin Rodriguez fight. Horrible fight. Horrible. Both of them deducted like 3 points in one round from what it was, either 2 points in one right now. It was 2 or 1. Both of them, one round. Referee just, I got enough of this shit. I believe it was what's his damn name? Little white guy with the Jack Reese was the ref in that fight, from what I remember. All right. So there go one more thing. I think we had about, I don't know how many things, but let me throw this in there. When he doesn't keep the belts at 168, he drops a WBA belt, from what I recall. He drops a WBC, excuse me. Drops a WBC belt. No, he gets stripped of WBC. I'm absolutely wrong. He gets stripped of the WBC. because he don't want to fight a mandatory. He's complaining. You know, Darrell, Bika, he don't want to fight him. You know, he don't want to do what every other boxer need to do. He's complaining about court. He's not happy that he's got to fight the lineal champion at 168. He getting Sugar Ray like benefits. That ain't enough for him. His diva needs to be even further than that. I mean, if you're gonna be a diva, at least have fun fights. At least have a body of work that nobody can question and everybody's gonna love. You know what I mean? That's what I would think the fans will want, but they different these days. Yeah, but anyways, so he's holding up these divisions is the point. All right, he holds the division up so bad he robs you of fights like Carl Froch versus Adonis Stevenson. All you guys say Adonis didn't fight nobody, but Andre Ward is key in the why Carl Froch and Adonis Stevenson didn't fight. Carl Froch was your IBF champ. Your IBF champ. After he beat Butte. His mandatory was no other than Adonis Stevenson. No one other than Adonis Stevenson. But because Andre Ward is the diva and he wasn't defending his WBA title, the WBA allowed Kessler, who was the regular WBA champion or world super, since Ward was the world super middleweight title, Kessler was the world super middleweight titleist for the WBA. Kessler gets to unify this title with Carl Froch in the IBF. He gets to unify the bullshit title that Lamont Peterson had to drop to fight Errol Spence. So that unification supersedes the mandatory of Adonis Stevenson and Carl Froch. Do your homework. Okay. Adonis said, I won't hold it against you. I go up to 175 and outdo you with Chad Dawson at his regular weight. And I ain't getting called pound for pound number one. I'm an underdog. Okay? Goes in there, one punch. Y'all know the history. Y'all know the history. So, Andre Ward, at this point, he's held up a division. He's held up potential Hall of Fame worthy kind of fights, potential fighter of the year kind of fights, potential knockout of the year kind of fights, because Carl Froch is an owner of the knockout of the year. He is. Adonis Stevenson is an owner of multiple knockouts of the year. I think about 3 of them he's won. About 3 of them. And Ward robs us of this. He robs us of this. And y'all happy about this shit. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay. He comes back after the Edwin Rodriguez retirement, you know, with 3 years trying to fight a case that he could never win. His promoter has to die for him to finally fight again. They get tired. The man dies. The family releases him. Say, well, you know what? This shit is ridiculous. We got you 2 belts. We put you in the Super 6. We did everything we could do for you. And then he goes and he comes back and he fights Paul Smith for the same kind of purses, Sullivan Barrera for the same kind of purses they was giving him. That's another strike. None of this shit is justified. All right. In the midst of this, he, you know, also, he's been called out by Adonis Stevenson. Instead, he fights Edwin Rodriguez. I forgot that. Stevenson says, I knocked out Dawson in 1 round. I challenge you to fight me at 168 and 175 in a rematch. You ain't gonna Dawson me. Let's make it a 2-fight thing. Ward says he's not worthy of a title. He's not worthy of a shot. The dude who is in court has a limbo career, you know, doesn't even like his position, telling other people that they're not worthy when they are in a different country, never stepped foot in the U.S. to fight on HBO, but they're doing numbers better than your numbers already. This is what y'all want in our sport. These are all facts I'm telling you. Some of it's opinionated, but most of it, the parts that's opinionated, I wish I would have told you that because I got no reason to lie here. So I'm sorry. Like, I don't dislike Andre Ward as a person. I mean, but if I put my opinion to it after all these facts and all this behavior he's showing, it's like maybe I shouldn't. I don't want to be friends with no disloyal person. And you know, you put them on and they turn their back on you. They, you know, suing you till you on your deathbed. No, I don't want that shit. I don't know about y'all. So I mean, maybe I shouldn't like him as a person. He ain't got no loyalty to this sport, man. You know, loyalty to himself, but to his sport, nah, man. This guy's an opportunist. That's what I see. So, where we at? Okay. Where we at? We get to the ignoring Adonis for basically 3 to 4 years. He ignores Adonis Stevenson. Also, in the WBC rankings, he held that up for a while too. They took it from him after what, about a year? You know, he ain't fight nobody but the drain called Froch. They said, okay, enough. Title's gone. He held up Darrell, a potential Darrell matchup. Stevenson was at the Darrell Bika in the rankings. He held it up there too. Okay, so where we go from there? You know, I'm rambling a little bit, but trust me, all these things, I mean, it's just multiple reasons. The title tell you multiple reasons why boxing doesn't want another Andre Ward. And if you do want it, after all these reasons, you come on here and tell me why you would want it. You tell me why you would. Make me understand what about Andre Ward. And don't tell me, oh, he's a Christian. He's a good personality. He's not like Adrian Broner. He doesn't party. Look, that's a given. That, of course, that's what we were wanting to fight. If that's all you got to praise, cool. But man, at some point, I'd rather watch a entertaining drunk. I'd rather watch a damn entertaining weed smoker. I don't know, an entertaining atheist. I'm just letting you know. But yeah. So where we go from here? The Kovalev fight. You know, he fights Barrera. People overpraise Barrera. He fights Alexander Brand, useless. You know what I mean? He holds the Kovalev fight up, talking about knee injuries. We think we're going to get that a little earlier. He gets in here talking about my injury this, my injury that. Maybe he was right. Maybe it was real. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. He retired. He's claiming injuries. He has a suit going on right now claiming he was injured and so-and-so made him do something. I don't know. It's something weird. It's some Andre Ward shit. You know, some shit that just ain't best for boxing once again. So he goes into this Kovalev fight, and majority of the people thinks he loses the fight. I had it close, but he pulls some of that shit, kneeing him in the nose in the first fight. He gets knocked down. He starts kneeing the man in the nose. He drops Kovalev to the ground, runs him over, knees him in the nose, busts his damn nose up. You know what I mean? Some typical Andre Ward shit. You know what I mean? And at this point, it's just like, you ain't getting no passes on that was accidental no more. You've been in 2 of the dirtiest fights I've seen. You ended fights with headbutts. You know, this is you. This is you. You're inconsistent. I believe he's a very inconsistent fighter, not only with his scheduling of fights, but his talent in the ring. Can he box? Yes, but it's not something he could keep up round by round. It's not something he can do through time, right? And maybe that's why he does this slick shit to kind of get himself out of fights. I mean, I'm not going to guess anything in his favor. He's fucked that up. You know what I'm saying? His credibility is shot. For all of this, I'm not going to guess something in your favor. It's hold it against you time. This is what you do. But I'm about done with this as I just cut the last piece of my soap. You know what I'm saying? It's finally cut up. You know what I mean? Making a little, some kind, you know, I like to do some DIY type stuff sometimes. Little scented candles. You know, I like candles, face soaps, different things. But yeah, okay. We'll finish this. So yeah, Kovalev doesn't get the decision. Most people are irate. A lot of Ward fans didn't even have him winning. I personally said it could go either way. I said I gave it to Ward, but I said, yo, he did knee him in the nose, blah, blah, blah. But the whole time I was saying, yo, you ducking lineage trying to fight the dude Kovalev that's ducking lineage. And in the midst of this, he says Adonis Stevenson is a step in the wrong direction for him to fight. I'm like, dude, you are the step in the wrong direction. You are plenty steps in the wrong direction. We just went through them all. You made boxing a joke. The only people that like you are fanboys of you. And there's not many of them. Your pay-per-view show what you are. Unpopular, unheralded, really not wanted. The hardcore fans watch you. And they even can find other people that they probably much rather watch. It's just Adonis, a knockout artist. Adonis Stevenson, who's won knockout of the year multiple times, who's been in the fight of the year with Funfara, who's a 5-year lineal champion, and who has won fighter of the year. You show me plenty of people that's done that. I'll just wait. This, like I said, multiple knockouts of the year. Multiple knockout of the year, multiple years as lineal champion, fight of the year winner, and fighter of the year. Bruh, And people talking about, oh, that's not Hall of Fame. It's like, bro, okay, well, write me a list of people that did that. And hey, I'm just saying, if a guy changes the rules up and does things everybody else ain't doing, and you can't praise him, it's nothing you can praise him for, especially when it probably wasn't even big fights to get Hall of Fame worthy at light heavyweight in the first place. It was just Kovalev fight there and a war fight, people who refused to fight. But whatever, I'm not here for Hall of Fame. I'm here to enjoy great fights, great fighters while they last. If a dude gives me greatness for 2 years, then I know he's a great fighter. Time can measure greatness, but so can other things. All right? It's other things that can measure greatness. Time ain't the only thing. But yeah. Mr. Step Backwards, the true step backwards, caused somebody else to step in the wrong direction. Fails to unify the 175. Well, try to go undisputed at 175, just like he did at 168. That was no surprise because he's done this before. But it was okay because it's God Almighty, God-fearing Andre Ward, the United States boxer. Then the second Kovalev fight, and he ends his second fight. Big fight. I mean, the only big names you ever fought were Kessler, Kovalev, and Froch. And out of those three people, the only time you could end the fight successfully, cleanly, is 1 out of 3 times with Carl Froch. Ain't nobody got time for that shit, man. Nobody has time for that. That's Canelo shit, man. That's Canelo, and I'm not big on him, so why would I be big on Canelo? Don't win his fights cleanly. This shit's not attractive to me. You go to scorecards, and at least he is fun, though. I can't give Canelo that. He's fun to watch. But how many things did I add up? And how many things can you add up? Tell me, how many things can you add up? And not just, tell me, are fans entertained? Are fans showing up? What can you add up? Don't just say, oh, he unified the belt, only for me to say, and he dropped him. He held up the division doing it. Wow. Are you happy with Keith Thurman? No, you aren't. So why would you be happy with Andre Ward? Because you're full of shit. Yep. But hey, man, ain't no place like low place. Like the video. You know what I'm saying? I'm out.